So we finally hit episode 6 of the Appraiser class Isekai. I'll give the full name and a description if you guys are interested. But so far, in this anime, everything's been up and going, positive. You got these cute girls here and there, the elf. Got a few jokes, but we're finally getting back to the dark nit and gritty of how this anime started. In episode 1, it started out very dark and gloomy, in a serious way that maybe a lot of people would not really care for, because we really don't know who this Ian guy is. We don't know what he's been through, and we just see all his problems. We all have problems, but now that we have a little bit more of who this Ian guy is, I'm actually cheering for him, and I'm actually really happy for him. He's finally made friends, he's finally getting into relationships, and into relationships that many of us would probably reject, just on the basis of principles. But yeah, I've been cheering my boy on the entire time. I love someone who, started from the bottom and is at the top. And he's very forgiving as well. But in this episode, we have gone back to basics, or at least to episode 1. That dark and gloomy of episode 1 that we didn't really care about. But this time, the impact is different. This time, I care just a little bit more, because it really did hit home for me, right? So as you guys can see, things are really, in the beginning, it's really cute. You see the elf girl, she just wants to make food for Ian because Ian exhausted himself in the last fight. But as you can see here, Ian is having nightmares. And here he's going back to he's reverting back, guys. And this happens a lot to a lot of us, to even the best of us. We start feeling like maybe things are going a little too well, and then things as they are, you do not deserve this, guys. You do not deserve any of this power. You did not deserve this happy ending. You did not deserve getting into these relationships. You did not work hard for everything that you had. Everything was based on luck, and this is where our boy Ian is right now. And it sucks. It really does suck, because I've been there, I've done that, so I can sympathize with him. So it was very, very frustrating to see him grapple with this, and for me to be reminded of my own weaknesses. I used to be like this guy Ian. See, he says if I hadn't met Yuri, he wouldn't have been here. He would have been eaten by those hounds, the dark hounds. So he's seeing how what ifs. These are just what ifs, guys. And it said, and he's, as you guys can see here, it says it's simple. You just got lucky, So he's thinking of what ifs I didn't meet, the elf girl. What if, I didn't just throw myself? What if I just chose the different path? And then, and it says right here, you just happen to get the spirit eye. Yeah, so he just happened to get this power. And you don't really see this in a lot of power leveling. They don't really, retrospect on how they got their powers. They just simply keep moving forward and don't keep looking back. But here you can see Ian is still being haunted by how his old self used to be. And that's why this is frustrating. Because a lot of us, guys, it seems like it was luck. It seems like this path wasn't really meant for us. And if you're on a different side of things, it sucks, honestly. Because if you're in turmoil right now, if you're suffering right now, if you're in pain right now, in the back of your head, you're thinking, oh, I deserve this. Oh, I had it coming. So there's two ends of the spectrum what I had to fight with, and what a lot of us still have to fight with is, are you where you at simply based on luck, or are you where you at because you deserve it? In all honesty, that's why this is frustrating, because right now, a lot of you guys are fighting for what you want. But for those who got it easily, you point at them and say, oh, they just got lucky, they just got this. No, guys, they started where you started. They started at the bottom of the barrel. And yeah, you could say luck played a part of it. But at the end of the day, he still chose to throw himself. He still chose to listen to his mentor. He still chose to, be humble. He still chose, all these paths in which the doors have been open to him. So you have to be a little bit an opportunist, and that's where a lot of things come into play. You have to be an opportunist, you have to take risk, and you have to choose paths. And like Ian did, he chose a path. Even though he was in his darkest hours, he still chose the best path. He said, I'm not going to be chewed up by the dark hounds. I'm going to just jump off the waterfall. Which, guys, that was the lesser of two evils. You know, you're going to have times in your life where you have to choose the lesser of two evils. And for him, that was the lesser of two evils. In which he is, right now, he had a night terror bout. You know, he had a night terror bout. Which is crazy because that's how it all starts up again. You know, you finally hit, you know, success, but they crawl back somehow through dreams. I've noticed this a lot with me. I had night terrors for 2 years straight, guys. 2 years straight. You know why? Because I've been in situations where my life was at risk. I've almost died so many times, you know, either through accident, sickness, or just pure neglect. Right? So and I survived. Ta-da! But here's the thing, guys. I'm not gonna be mad at my luck of surviving. I'm not gonna be mad at it. Don't let it stop you from accepting the blessings that you have. We must see the good in this possible luck. We must utilize and take advantage of it, guys. Like for me, I'm not an opportunist. I really am not. But now I'm starting to get it. You have to be an opportunist, guys. You have to be an opportunist. Now, you might have to knock some other people out of the way for a lot of us. And then for a lot of us, we just simply have to grind. We simply have to keep putting it. If you're right now struggling, gotta keep the grind up. You gotta keep the grind up. Gotta keep looking for work. You gotta keep, you know, hustling. You gotta keep, you know, waging away countless hours. You know, I've been there. I've done that. I'm not necessarily, you know, out of my mind rich, but I am blessed. You know, I'm blessed with good health at the moment. You know, I have a roof over my head. I have these figurines. I have time to make videos. But anyways, let's get back to our boy Ian. Enough about me. So he goes into a fight, which shows what happens when you finally accept your good fortune. This was funny as hell, bro. Yeah, it was dark and gloomy with his nightmares and stuff, but to see that one chick that you guys just saw, her head decapitated, I didn't want to show it. Didn't want to go against YouTube TOS. But yeah, this is art though. This is an art channel, right? I'm a comedian. Satire, you know, I deal with satire. I deal with animation. I deal with animes, you know, commentary, reviews, reactions, you know, all this, and of course, pseudo, you know, I do some pseudo stuff, you know. Of course, I'm not always right. I'm not always on point. I don't always got my facts. But as you guys can see here, she's struggling, fighting against this guy. But yeah, here we go. This is where Ian finally accepts when he starts this fight with one of his former guildmates who really treated him like trash. I've been there, guys. We always have someone who's gonna treat us like fucking pure trash, and right now that someone is not me. All right, you guys are. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are down with me. You guys are watching my videos. You guys are liking my videos. You guys are showing me love. I appreciate that. Whoever you are out there, you know, people who I don't know yet. Blessings unto you and thank you. Here we go again. That insecure voice that always attacks us. That insecure voice. No, this is not even an insecurity, guys. This is not. This is just pure PTSD. You know, we have a past. We all have a past. This is pure PTSD. The past comes to haunt us, to drag us down back to where we started. But that's not where. That's what we have to fight against, guys. Is our weaknesses. We have to fight against those voices that keep telling us that we're not worth much. We just got lucky. But nah, man, we take advantage of that luck. Nah, man, we appreciate that luck. We appreciate the opportunity to be able to rise up again. We appreciate that chance was given to us, and we're gonna take advantage of it, guys. Take advantage of it. It's like, yeah, close your ears, just like Ian. You know, close your ears. Fight it. Fight it. You know, and this guy, this monster over here, this guy, his guildmate, you know, he gave up everything to become degenerate, a beast, a monster, full of rage and power. That's not where you guys want to go. That's not how things should go. You should be more like Ian, where you chose the righteous path, you chose the humble path, and you chose to fight against that weakness that was holding you back. And you can see here, he's calling him garbage and all this kind of stuff. As you guys can see here, Ian is still battling against, this nonsense, as he says. It's just great that he can, a lot of us will be alone for a long time. Okay, let's just be honest right now. This is, come closer, guys. A lot of us are gonna be alone for most of our life. You're not gonna have someone like this elf girl to tell you that you are wanted, to tell you that you are loved. You're not gonna have parents or a mom and dad that's gonna tell you that you are worth something greater in this life. Ian was lucky to have these companions, or not even, he was gifted or blessed with these companions that chose Ian, and even tell him that you've gotten stronger, and not just through his abilities, as she says right here, as you guys can clearly see. She's got her hands crossed over, all serious. This episode was very, very serious, guys. Despite all the humor, despite his harem, she says your heart has grown a great deal. Haven't you been using your power to help many people who needed you? Yes. Once you have that power, once you have that esteem, when you use it for good, your heart becomes stronger, your heart becomes better, you become more positive. We have to use our blessings for good, and this is what our boy Ian is learning right here. And then she's over here telling him he's never done anything that this monster has done, so he has no relation to him. And so, yeah, this anime, guys, this episode just brought us back to episode 1, but this time it meant something. And this is something that I want to share with you guys, that yes, we will struggle just like Ian, and that's why it's very frustrating. It's because I wish I could have been there, tell my past self that things are gonna be okay. And yeah, some of us are gonna get unlucky in life, and it's crazy, because this is where it all comes down to. This is what it all comes down to, guys. See, look, she says you cultivated it yourself. Right? This is what it comes down to at the end of the day. You've only got yourself. You owe it to yourself to get out of that rut. You owe it to yourself to treat yourself better. You owe it to yourself to grind more. You owe it to yourself. You got only yourself to blame with for where you are right now. And if you have to use luck to get things better, you got to use that luck. Got to use that opportunity. If someone's trying to bless you, you better take that blessing and run with it. Because like I said, a lot of us are not going to be lucky enough to have someone there to tell us we're good, to tell us that we are better than where we are right now, to tell us that things are going to be okay. We're not going to have that elf girl, guys. I'm just going to be 100% real with you guys. Come here, family. Come here, guys. Life isn't always going to be like what Rocky said, sunshine and rainbows. You, me, nobody is going to hit as hard as life. Alright? And we don't want to go around pointing fingers at anybody for where we are. I mean, if you're a kid, yeah, that just sucks. That's why it was so frustrating for me. It's because I was still a kid when I was, my life was in danger. I was still a kid when, I was neglected. I was still a kid when I got extremely sick. I couldn't control it. But once you're an adult, you must, as you guys can see, accept that you must become stronger, that you have become stronger, that you must become stronger, that you must grind, that you must put in the work, that you must accept people's kindness and use it to elevate yourself. Or, like I said, if you're by yourself, you got to just grind. You got to somehow dig deep from the darkness and grind yourself out of that rut. You better yourself. This anime, holy guys, you must use 100% of your blessings, and that's why Ian was able to defeat this monster despite them struggling. You know, even now he's still saying you're just worthless and a worm. We've had a lot of people. I've had a lot of people that I've said I'm nothing, that I should just, you know, self-delete. You know, I've had a lot of people say that to me. You know what I'm saying? But here, Ian fought through the darkness. Ian fought through that shadow. Ian fought with himself. And that's the key word, guys. With himself. Because a lot of things, you might have a roof over your head. You might have food. You might have good health. But at the end of the day, it's yourself who's going to be putting you down. You know, it's yourself who you're going to be fighting with. As they say, if you conquer yourself, you conquer the world. Because it's your own weakness. And my own weakness. That's why this was so frustrating for me when I saw him go through this. It's because I was there. We all get there. We all feel weak sometimes. We all feel worthless sometimes. We all feel like there's just not much more left. But that's not true. You have to get better. You got to get stronger. You got to take responsibility sometimes. Yeah, if you're a kid, yeah, that sucks. And you know what I did? I weathered the storm. Once I became an adult, I stopped making excuses. And I started, well, I didn't start right away. Because, you know, I was a NEET for like 2 years. All right, let me just tell you guys. I was a NEET for a little bit. I didn't work. Wasn't studying. I wasn't in training. But once I did start working, once I did start going to work, I grinded. I worked 14, 15 hours a day. Didn't have a car. Took the bus. So I was gone away from home for like 16 hours. Sometimes you gotta grind. So right here, Ian, finally. We'll get there one day, guys. We'll get there one day. He accepted his power. He accepted his blessings. He accepted his luck. And he replied in kind. And believed in not just himself, but believed in those who believed in him. And was able to unleash his power. Yeah, it's not, guys, this is not that deep. But this is what I took from it, because it was frustrating to me. Because I know I've been there and I've done that. And I know a lot of us may just be there right now and are doing that. Or maybe you're not. But we got to respect our blessings and our good luck and use it to our advantage. And just, you can see here, Ian finally released his full potential, was able to defeat this guy. Yeah, all right, enough, guys. 17 minutes, damn near 20 minutes video. Thank you for watching. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you to you guys. You guys are a blessing. But that's gonna be it, guys. What a episode. What am I telling you guys? This, you know, I'm cheering for my boy Ian. Ian has come a long way, and I know we're gonna go a long way too, guys. But that is all. Good episode. I love. You know, I just love this dark stuff, you know, and how he was able to conquer it. And as you can see here, he defeated him, and he was in this disarray. But yeah, guys, good episode, for me at least. It was good for me, honestly. But that is all, guys. And I'm gonna leave you guys here in 3, 2, 1. Go watch my other videos.